YouTube family, welcome back to another video. On today's video, I'm going to be doing a reaction video to what's going on, the natural disasters in China. Recently, around the same time that happened the Maui fire, the Maui fire in Hawaii, there was a big disaster in China. China had a great flood. Here's my reaction to all this. And also, please like this video and support your small content creators, support your small local creators, support anybody that you know that's trying to do this, because this is hard. Making videos in this platform and gaining your attention is really hard, especially with the decline of the attention span. First we're gonna check, first we're gonna see.
China's government is facing sharp criticism over its response to flooding that brought death and destruction to the areas surrounding the capital, Beijing. Tropical storm Doksuri brought the heaviest rainfall to the Chinese capital in 140 years. Authorities there reported that by August 9th, at least 33 people had died in the flooding, with another 18 missing. But
it's reported that there's 100,000 people missing in China, but you know, media's not going to talk about it, but I'm going to talk about it because I like to talk about the truth, not their narrative. Their half fake, half false, half true narrative.
But political commentator Hu Xi
China, jinping, the president, he did that on purpose to his people, because the flood, it was too much water that was going to go to Beijing, so they moved the water, they closed the gate and moved the water towards their other port cities or something to that nature.
Jin, a former editor-in-chief of China's state-run newspaper Global Times, defended the government.
And I hope you're watching this fight. I hope you're watching this fight. I'm
doing
this video while I'm watching this fight right now.
Rescue efforts might not be based on facts. For the most part, people are just venting. That is false.
If you watch UFC, let's go Sean O'Malley.
Province in order to save
I'll
the
go
cities
for him.
of Beijing and Tianjin. Many Hebei residents took to social media to complain about not having been given a heads up before the authorities made the decision. Beijing's plan was to use rivers to discharge floodwater and reservoirs to store excess water, but that failed due to the volume of rainfall. Hebei authorities then activated 7 flood retention basins, telling 850,000 people in the province to evacuate as they opened floodgates and spillways to help drain water in neighboring Beijing. Hundreds of thousands of homes in Zhuozhou, city in Hebei province, were completely destroyed. Li Yufeng, Hebei's Chinese Communist Party secretary, provoked further anger by saying the province would resolutely build a moat for the capital.
That was the first video. Now, let me show you the other video.
Before Jobber, it was late nights in the office, sending quotes, sending emails, and immediately, as soon as we started using Jobber, all of that went.
Look how big was that? Look how big was that flood? Shit looks real scary. Tell me down below, are you scared of water? Are you scared of a flood? Tell me in the comment section, what's your worst natural disaster? Which one do you hate the most? Or are you scared of the most?
record-breaking.
Now I'm reacting to a YouTuber named China Uncensored, and he pretty much breaks everything down about what's going on in China between floods, political issues, financial issues. This guy's a very smart guy. If you want to get up to date with the latest Chinese news, subscribe to this guy. Alright, let's get to the video.
Devastating China, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. In parts of China, once busy streets have been turned into rivers. Entire villages have been washed away, with people left swimming for their lives. Even after the waters recede, the devastation lingers. This is some of the worst flooding seen in over 100 years. And I gotta say, buddy, I don't think that squeegee is gonna work. Welcome to China Uncensored, I'm Chris Chappell. The floods in China have been devastating, but it's also left many people asking, where is Xi Jinping?
Where is Xi Jinping?
China's leader.
Yeah, where is Xi Jinping? All this happened. The Chinese president, he didn't make no public announcement. He didn't do none of that. It's like all secrecy. Shh. He's probably ghost.
Xi Jinping hasn't been seen by the public since July 31st at this military promotion ceremony in Beijing. As of this recording, no one actually knows where Xi Jinping is. Now this is strange. There's always been a tradition of top CCP leaders showing up to disaster areas as performative propaganda stunts. Even though they do nothing, state media would take a bunch of photos of the dear leader on the front lines and run stories about how much they care about the common people. During massive floods in 1998, former leader Jiang Zemin was photographed by state media saying he was consoling rescuers and those affected. Here's Hu Jintao, supposedly helping rescue workers unload relief supplies in a province hit by bad weather. And his premier, Wen Jiabao, shedding tears visiting Sichuan province in the aftermath of a disastrous earthquake.
Damn.
You know, a lot of kids died.
That's sad. A lot of people died. That president don't give a fuck. He's as cold as Biden. Xi Jinping? I won't count on him for nothing. If I was a citizen, I won't count on him for nothing, or the government. Woo. China's like the worst government because they're mandatory. It's like a slaveman country. All they care about is work.
In that earthquake because officials skimmed off money meant for construction materials for schools. The government buildings didn't collapse though. Because here's the thing, Communist Party officials don't actually care about the people. That's because they don't vote. Officials aren't beholden to the people. And they used to at least put on a show that they cared, but it seems like Xi Jinping has given up on even that. Official media puts Xi at the center of disaster relief. Premier Li Qiang said in a recent meeting, President Xi has always been concerned about the people affected by disasters everywhere. And he has been giving important instructions to personnel deployed and directed
so much natural disaster is happening.
But he hasn't traveled to any of the flood regions. So where is he? Well, we do have an idea. Here at the beautiful seaside resort of Beidaihe. That's where a yearly seaside vacation of top communist officials happens, and Reuters reports Xi might be there. Ah, communism. Some people are more equal than others. Actually, I take that back.
Oh, communism. Some people's more equal than others. Not really. Over there in China, even if you got money, you ain't shit. Xi Jinping will still kill you. It matters if you got money and you're going with their program. Like if you're part of their program, if you're an agent in their system, then they like you. If you're not an agent and you're against communism and their political agendas, then they shun you. Then they're against you. Then they'll try to kill you. They'll try to make you bankrupt. That happened to I forgot this guy's name. He owns Alibaba. Jack Ma, one of the best Chinese billionaires ever. Very positive guy. He was like Amazon. He was like Jeff Bezos. The same type of level. You feel me? As Jeff Bezos. And he was a scammer like Jeff Bezos. And a fraudster. But China didn't let him rock because he was doing his own thing. And he was getting too much money. And they ended up taking his money. And he went ghost. And nobody heard from him ever since.
Everyone's enjoying some views of the sea now. But Xi isn't relaxing. He's in a life or death power struggle to maintain control. Since the Chinese people don't vote for him, it's these communist power struggles that really matter to him. That's why the last time we saw him publicly was that military promotion, because he's making top generals disappear amid yet another brutal purge. And that's why hanging out with other top communist officials at the politically very important seaside retreat at Beidaihe is more important than offering support to the Chinese people. Xi Jinping may have
Society is
seriously
crumbling,
miscalculated.
man. Look at that. He's been ghost for over. He's been Xi Jinping. He's not ghost because the government for sure know where he's at, but he's been missing for over 2 weeks. Even a week before the flood, he was missing, and he still haven't made no public announcement talking about the natural disaster that happened in his country. Wow. He is such a G, huh? Anyways, like this video, and I hope you like this shirt. Look, you see this shirt? Save the planet. This is a Save the Planet shirt. I gotta rock this shirt when I make these environmental videos, because I'm a humanitarian.
And it could cost him big time. I'll tell you more after this quick break. Welcome back. So while Xi Jinping is trying to smooth things over within the Chinese Communist Party, the flooding has pushed Chinese people to the brink. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that Xi Jinping's botched zero COVID policy had Chinese people protesting en masse in the streets, calling for Xi Jinping and the Communist Party to step down. And people are protesting again. The Chinese Communist Party purposefully flooded nearby towns to save Beijing, the seat of the party. Again, people don't vote for top party leadership, and it shows. But the people are making their voices heard.
A rare moment of defiance.
Yeah, look at the people fighting. They got balls to go up against Xi Jinping. Man, I'll be afraid to go up against him in front of cameras, but hey, somebody got to do it.
Now, angry residents on the steps of a municipal government building in the city of Backlash.
And
Their
sorry
sign
you
says,
see my
"Give me
dirty
back my
clothes. I
home.
gotta
The
wash
flood
clothes."
was caused by floodwater discharge, not by heavy rainfall. At some point, men with police shields dispersed the crowd.
I don't think that kind of thing is going to fly much longer, because China's Forbidden City has now flooded for the first time since it was built 600 years ago. That says two things. One, the ancient Chinese were better at building drainage systems than the current regime. But two, that's kind of one of those mandate of heaven things the Communist Party is always afraid of. Something that makes it seem like maybe the Communist Party doesn't actually have everything under control. It doesn't help that while the party purposefully floods certain towns, they put out propaganda like this, filming rescue teams digging fake piles of sand to look like they're doing something.
Yeah, acting like they're doing something. There's a video acting like they're rescuing the people after it's already late. Wow, make themselves look innocent. Very cool. Wow.
The economic impact of these floods will plague Xi Jinping. The floods hit what's essentially China's breadbasket. China already was dealing with a food crisis. This just makes famine more likely. It could even have a global impact on food supplies. And you know how the CCP sacrificed...
Anyways, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to me. Help me get to 2,000. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subs. Please. If it's possible. And my goal here on YouTube is to save lives, motivate the youth, and reach at least 10,000 subscribers by the year 2025. Yeah, nigga! Ah!
Some cities to save Beijing. Well, guess what? That destroyed large-scale high-tech industrial parks in the area. The estimated economic loss to the Chinese state-owned tech companies is astronomical, according to a Chinese Communist Party internal document obtained by the Epoch Times. This is on top of all the other major economic problems China is facing, like skyrocketing youth unemployment. But they figured out how to deal with that, just like they know how to handle dissatisfaction with a flood response. Censorship.
The controversy over the deliberate flooding of these communities has been heavily censored on Chinese social media and on the internet, and I might add, on CNN. We have a live camera up showing our live feed inside China, and that went to bars, as you can see here, as soon as our report began.
But somehow I have a feeling not even the Chinese Communist Party can censor this. And it'll be only a matter of time before public resentment boils over. And Xi Jinping finds himself and the Communist Party being washed away by a very different type of flood. Now there's a video I think you'd really like to see, and I'll show it to you in a moment. But first, I gotta show some love to the China Uncensored 50 Cent Army, the fans who make this show possible by supporting us on patreon.com/China Uncensored. Just $1 an episode is all it takes, and you can ask me whatever question you want. Today's question comes from Fake Name.
I gotta make a Patreon for my audience. Hopefully this winter is going to be done.
So Chris, have you finally caved?
This YouTube journey has been so hard for me. I've been learning so much. And it's been so hard for me because I have no help. I wish I had friends. I wish I had friends that could help me. Friends that was interested in the same things that I am. But unfortunately, that's not. I wish life was like that. I would have been made. If I would have had 4 or 5 people helping me with my YouTube brand, and I would have been helping them out with their YouTube channels, and we would have been helping each other out, we all would have made it. But people don't think like that. People just want to flex on each other and want to be better than each other, unfortunately.
To the funny expressions and thumbnail meta? Fake Name, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, look, I told you we've been working with a YouTube expert who's been giving us advice on how to beat the algorithm. And it works. I'm sorry, it just works. Give me a break. YouTube doesn't even autocomplete China Uncensored when you try to search for it. And so I soy jack on thumbnails now. May God have mercy on me. And speaking of dealing with corrupt social media companies, here's the video I want to show you. It's about how the Biden administration got Facebook to actively censor content they didn't like. Click on it, you'll love it. And click the orange button to support us on Patreon, like my man Fake Name, if that is your real name. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. Thanks for watching China Uncensored.
So if I tell you, hey, there's this live
Please,
training
YouTube community, tell me, what's your thoughts about these natural disasters happening in China and all around the world? Do you think it's all natural? Or do you think it's caused by humans? Or do you think that humans are intentionally doing this to their countries? Or governments are intentionally doing this to their countries to get moving with their agenda? But honestly, I believe in climate change and I believe in global warming. And I know stuff like this is happening across the world. Just look at this here. Look at Canada. Look at California. What's going on right now with the wildfires over there. You just gotta look all around the world. Look at Greece. What happened this year in Greece with their wildfires over there. It's crazy. This society is crazy. But I just want to say, if you've been watching, you stood to the end, thank you so much. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. You watching this video even for a second, I really appreciate it, because people don't even like to watch me. I don't know why. I'm not I speed on Mr. Beast, so they don't watch my videos, unfortunately. I'm not cool enough, but you know, with time, hopefully with time, I could convince the YouTube audience to, you know, subscribe to me and follow me. Oh my gosh. Have a good one, alright? Peace.